We have arrived in Eknö, I think it's called, isn't it? This is so beautiful here. It's unbelievable. This is like the epitome of the Swedish archipelago, when you can hide behind some island, out of the wind, enjoy the sun, have a nice barbecue. What do you think, honey? Yeah. Yeah? And tonight we're cooking burgers. Really looking forward to that. Tomorrow the wind is, well actually tonight the wind is meant to get up and start coming quite strongly from that direction. About 20-25 knots all the way through the night, and then tomorrow we're going to get a lot of rain. So we've picked a nice place where we can just chill out for a day, just in the rain, enjoying maybe some movies tomorrow, and just chill out. But let's see, the weather can always change. But actually I've noticed that Stockholm, the weather is actually quite consistent because of the land area and everything, you know. In the UK you couldn't rely on the weather forecast more than 12 hours ahead because it's an island and everything was always changing. But in Stockholm the forecast is actually pretty consistent and pretty good. Yeah, just going to enjoy some wine now, some nice barbecue, really happy days. With the quiet and everything, you can just hear the amount of birds around here is just unbelievable. Just listen, it's nice. Hello. Just going for a little stroll on this massive island we've found now, which is like not really massive at all. You can walk from one side to the other in about 2 minutes, and that's because the rocks are difficult to traverse. That's the only reason. But Sandham in the background over there.
Oh, look at that little bay where the other boats are.
Yeah.
It's actually quite nice.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it? Should remember that one. This is like Millionaireville. Some of these houses around here are very expensive, I can tell you. Probably reaching in the 20-25 million krona range, which is what they are. 2.5 to 2 million euros or something like that. Yeah.
Thank you for burgers.
That's okay, Miski.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning and the weather is not that nice today. We expect that it will be raining in a few hours. Oh, that was the alarm for the eggs again. We're having soft-boiled eggs, or as Chris calls them, dippy eggs. He has this English thing about dipping the bread in. Small soldiers. I have a bit of work to do outside today, which I hope to be able to get done before the rain comes. But then I think the afternoon is going to be reading. Maybe I can beat Chris in Uno a million times.
No, that's never going to happen. Uno is my game. It's the game for me. It's the only card game I know.
Yeah, let's see.
Right, lads, off we go into the abyss. Squad 2, honey. We need to get them into the egg as well. Good time. This is my favourite breakfast meal ever. It's really nice.
Oh, I'm just finishing the last of the gel curve protection that I didn't get to finish before we actually went out. So it's just a few more meters here. So I just washed her off and then I'm just giving her the gel curve protection and a bit of polish.
Nice.
So she's gonna stay nice.
It's also known as Tanya's obsessive compulsive cleaning disorder is kicking in again.
Shut up.
We must have the cleanest Hansa 418 on the planet, I think. But the winds are getting up today and we're behind this little island here just to take a bit of shelter. But yeah, it's a nice place to be for a day, and we're just doing a few jobs and whatever. I've got there's 2 windows either side of the boat. There's 2 hatches, one above the galley and one in the toilet, and they've been leaking a bit. And I've seen on the Hansa forum as well. The Hansa forum's a very good resource. If you have a Hansa and you have some problems, just look on that forum. I think it's myhansa.com or something. And yeah, I've been trying to seal them up, and some people have been saying silicone spray and some people have been saying Vaseline, but after reading a little bit, Vaseline can destroy the seals, you know, so I really want to get the right stuff on there, but it has to be like thick to make a seal. Yeah, and I've just lubricated the steering system as well. Just put some PTFE spray inside the steering quadrant, and it gets rid of a little bit of the squeaking there, which is nice. Our neighbours have left, and interestingly enough, I was playing around with the Victron app last night, and I found that, you know, their devices were all listed in the device list on the Victron app, and they'd all left the default passwords on, so technically you can go in and you can change their settings and you can do whatever you want with the app, which isn't ideal. So if you have a Victron app, make sure you change the password, because anyone can control it. So yeah, my profession is security, and that's pretty low security on that one. Yeah, so now that we lost our neighbours, we also lost the starboard side spring line. So I've just gone and run another spring across there as well. So now our boat is like ultra secure, because the wind is coming from sort of that direction at the moment, and we've got those 2 lines protecting it down there. But on the other side, I could only get to, let me show you, I could only get to that forward tree there, and there was nothing to the right of that. So basically I ran this other spring across here, just in case the wind decides to swing around and start blowing us that way, and we don't end up on the rocks towards that way, because there's not that much holding us that way other than that rope at the moment. So better be safe than sorry, and it feels a bit more comfortable to do that. One thing we're always aware of though is if boats are coming in and circling around and they're looking for a place to stay, then it's always polite just to make contact with them and just say, look, do you want us to move our spring line or something so you can get in? And some people don't really do that, you know, they just sit there and watch you, and they've got spring lines all over the place, and you just think, okay, great, you've just like taken 50 meters of the rock line without offering any space to be. So it's not very common, but I have seen it happen. Have you done the cleaning yet, honey?
Shut up. I'm not cleaning. I'm protecting the boat. Come and help.
I should not have a wife this nice to me. I'm just walking around the island while she's cleaning the boat. It's not really very polite of me, really. I better go and help. Now she's noticed I'm not doing anything. One more thing that I'm curious about, actually. If you have an in-mast furling system, okay, maybe you can answer me this question. Now, there's 2 ropes on the in-mast furling system, the roll in and roll out, okay? When you're rolling the sail in, you have tension on the roll in line, but you have no tension on the roll out line, right? So what happens is, up at the mast, where you see that winch there, is it tends to slip around that winch, and you end up winching about 60 million times without the sail moving anywhere. Now, the only way I've found of solving this is actually wrapping this line as many times around this winch as I can to create tension on the roll out line as well, so it can grip up there on the winch and actually grip the sail or grip the winch and actually start rolling the sail and not just slipping on it. If you have any advice on this, and if that's the way you're doing it, then yeah, please let me know in the comments. That'd be really useful to know, but maybe there's just something I'm missing. I mean, I'll show you what it looks like up here. Yeah, you see, there's a lot of tension on it now, right? But when there's little to no tension on it, this rope just starts slipping through here. Just wondering if there's something I'm missing. I've also been charging a lot of things and using a lot of power over the last few days, and my 70-watt solar panel wasn't putting enough in over a period of like 3 days. So just running the engine now a little bit, probably for about half an hour or something. But with my little Victron app here, I can see the exact current and charge that's going into the batteries. Now at tickover, the engine was putting in about 30-35 amps into the batteries. But if you increase the revs just over 1,000 revs, about 1,250 or something, then you get about 66 amps. So it more or less doubles the amount of charge going into the battery. So it's just worth putting that extra throttle on when charging. And we also want to shower. We haven't showered in like 2 days, so yeah, it would be nice to warm the water up a little bit and get a quick shower in. So yesterday we didn't really do that much. We just sat here, watched some movies and got drunk for most of the day, which was pretty successful. Sometimes it's nice to do that. So today we start heading back. The wings look like they're in the perfect direction and speed still, so I'm really looking forward to that sail. Breakfast first though, get some energy in, and yeah, start preparing to leave in a bit. Look at the breakfast of kings again, honey.
It's really not.
It is. Thank you, honey. It's a great breakfast.
You're welcome.
You may see here that we also have 150 watt solar panel on a folding panel as well. This little bad boy is actually putting in power now. It's pretty effective. So we're putting in, all in all, about 110 watts, 120 watts at the moment. Combined with the 78 watt panel just in front of the spray hood there, and it's working out pretty nicely. I mean, now again we're on our 3rd day out, so yeah, we're running low on power. We had to run the engine yesterday for about half an hour or something like that, so yeah, it's nice to have the panels out and not have to burn diesel, but we're gonna leave soon anyway, so it's not that important. But yeah, it's good to know that at the end of the 3rd day we're really struggling, so as soon as I get the extra panels on, get the extra power, we should be making enough providing the sun's out. So quite happy with the setup so far. Just need to get that extension cable working so we can just put this folding panel somewhere up the deck there next time.
Yes.
The kettle says. A real advantage of the folding solar panel is you can angle it directly towards the sun, and that makes a big difference with the solar panels. If you can get the panel at a 90-degree angle towards the sun, you're making a lot more power and you're getting more of the potential of the panel out. Another good thing about what I was thinking about with the folding solar panel is that we can have the panel vertical as well, so we could later on, when I've made some straps and things like that, I could just hang it off the boom somewhere there, either in front of the boom or behind the boom up there, so it's just out of the way, and just connect it and leave it to do its thing. And you can also angle the boom if you really wanted to. We could just move the boom around, or if my extension cable's long enough, which I think it is, I can just take it to land and just put it on land and it will charge there. At the start of the year, actually you can probably see a good 3 or 4 meters down, because the algae hasn't started growing yet, and yeah, you can really get a good perspective of the bottom when the water's calm. Are you going into cleaning mode?
There's bugs everywhere. And they don't realize they're gonna die.
Yeah, well, they're
stuck in the water.
Get stuck in the moisture.
No, I threw salad out of the window from the galley yesterday. And I didn't throw it long enough, so it was on the deck.
You're just throwing food all over the deck.
It was just one piece.
This goes against your religion, honey. I've just been ashore actually and removed the spring line and actually changed one of the lines on the port side, the bow port side, because otherwise I would have had to climb across the rocks there, climb down, undo that one and quickly run back across, which is not ideal. So luckily I managed to find a little tree over there just to hold her for the minute just before we go, and that makes it nice and easy. And then I've just put a loop around that tree as well, so we can just slip the lines. No one needs to be ashore when we leave. We always find that a little bit of preparation before you leave is a really good thing to do. You know, just make it easy on yourself. Don't commit to leave until you're comfortable with what's going to happen, and you know, try and prepare so it's as easy as possible. I would have loved to have got the drone up this weekend, but kind of forgot the iPad and didn't realize how much I kind of rely on that iPad, because it's both nice for the drone and it's also nice charts on it as well. It's good for planning, you know, because for the chart plotter at the back, at the wheels there, I mean, you have to kind of bend down and just kind of try and plan that way, and you can't overnight, for example, you might want to sit down there, do your planning beforehand and see where you're going to go, and then put a course and a plot in on the iPad. But yeah, must remember that next time. But yeah, what a beautiful day though.
He says he has prepared, but then he made all this spaghetti on deck.
What are you saying about me?
Which he didn't expect that I sort out when we had left. But right now, we're getting ready to leave. Got time. Blue sky, sun, perfect.
That sound makes me want to go to the toilet, but it's a good sound. Having a good sail now. We're on a broad reach. Wind's coming from that direction. This is perfect. It's just filling in now, just enough to get some good speeds, and it's not so light that we start struggling with our smaller sails. It's a bit quieter now actually. It's a nice time to film, but Sandham's just through there, and there's a lot of powerboats that will start to come through here later on, getting back home on a Sunday night. You can already see quite a bit of traffic coming this way. A lot of yachts, many races, many potential races coming my way. Yeah.
There is no one who's racing here.
Everyone is in a race, honey. So, Tanya's just rigged up the preventer once again. So, it's not really a preventer, but again, it just keeps the jib sail to one side just that little bit more, although it's misbehaving at the moment, again, as usual, every time I get the camera out. And on the port side. Swedish military heading out in the distance there. That's a big ship to be coming through here. Oh. Okay. Yes?
Good morning.
I did not see that. I was looking the other way.
How could you not have seen that?
I was looking in the other direction. Sorry. So the battens have all been repaired now. Wasn't too much of a job. The sail's looking beautiful. That's every time I try and take a shot. I do not want this sail to end at the moment. I just got to enjoy it while it lasts. God, this is dream sailing. Super perfect. I'm gonna be back very quickly at this rate. It's very nice. Well, that's it for the weekend. First weekend out, it was really successful. We didn't break anything. Everything worked, and yeah, just had a fantastic sail back, although I've probably said that 5 times already. But it's so nice. It's with the evening sun now, well, late afternoon. Doing 6 or 7 knots towards Svinninge. And Marina, where we're going into, just up there. And yeah, really nice first weekend.
Just to be out, relaxing, enjoying, has been so nice. So nice.
Take care, guys. Drop us a like if you liked the video, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye now.
That's ridiculous. Who buys a rope that long? Seriously.
Look at this rope. So it goes from here, yep, all the way. We could make it halfway to shore from here with that rope. So we ordered a really long rope. We didn't realise that it was insanely long, so I've got to cut it in half at least. Probably more.
It's way too long to handle.
It's too big, too heavy, too everything.
I can carry it up the stairs.
Alright, let's cut it.